I'm
Jordan Fringe.
and this is my show.
Hey, look! It's that weirdo from the internet.
Aliens, specifically of the Butt-Ugly variety, is such a deep-cut memory I have. For some reason, I had this action figure, trading card, VHS teaser combo pack set. I can only find the figures and the VHS, I don't know where the cards are, but I own these, so if that doesn't radiate cool, then I don't know what does. Today we're gonna take a look at the show Butt-Ugly Martians, a show I for some reason remember seeing on TV and the promotions for it, and again, owning this special combo pack. There was even a few video games made based off of the show that lasted 26 episodes for the PC, the Game Boy Advance, and the PlayStation 2. So you can tell there was an effort put forth behind the scenes to thrust the show into the forefront of everyone's attention, which is not an uncommon thing seen for most heavily backed network shows. There was only one problem. The show just isn't good. And I don't like to just jump straight into the negativity. I always love finding something from when I was a kid that is actually great and lives up to those memories, but there's no sugarcoating this one here. This show, from every aspect, is just bad. The early 2000s was showing us the rise of 3D animated shows, like Jimmy Neutron probably being the most prominent example. But many shows were adopting these looks as it was easier and more financially smarter to produce a show this way over 2D. Transformers Beast Wars, Cubix, heck, even Reboot was doing this way back throughout the 90s. So many shows were trying to work within the new 3D space. This is where we get a fair bit of shows that clearly wanted to utilize 3D animation for the previous reasons, but either lacked the experience, budget, or just wanted to cash in. And I'm not sure which category Butt-Ugly Martians, or BUM for short, falls into, because on top of the show not being great, it also looks pretty rough. I mean, just look at the stiff and lifeless movements, the clipping of movable joints on their bodies, the weird amount of just nothing happening on screen. Reboot, while early on suffered from some of these similar problems, looks better. Johnny Quasar, the 1995 animation demo for what would become Jimmy Neutron, looks better. And these predate the Butt-Ugly Martians show by over half a decade. It's not to say animation like this can't be looked over in favor of an interesting story or great characters, like with Reboot, but BUM didn't have that. So if you can't get past this, or this, or even this, then what awaits you is 26 episodes of dribblish writing, generic scenarios, and the worst sin you can commit in making a cartoon: boredom. The plot of this show is that in 2053, our three alien friends here, or Martians I guess, Do-a-Diddy, Bebop-a-Luna, and Tutti Frutti, and no, I'm not singing some songs here, are made to invade planets for their evil emperor. But when tasked with invading Earth, they just come to love it and decide they want to hang out and become friends with Mike, Cedric, and Angela. Three kids who now help the Butt-Uglies to make it seem that they aren't slacking off in their quote-unquote invasion of Earth. And there's also hoverboards, there's a robot dog, and I don't know, not much else that excites me, or even worth mentioning. I love films and shows about aliens. I think a concept like this could have worked out great given more time and effort put behind it. If anything is going to deter you away from watching the show, it'll probably be sitting through the initial pilot. It exemplifies everything wrong to come later down the line in the show. From the action, if you can even call it that, to the absurdist nature of its plots, with either some being way too generic to where we've seen it many times before, or some that are just so ridiculous where the solutions are weirdly formulated by the end of an episode, make it a confusing, mixed up blend of disappointment.
Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The rest of the series sees the Butt-Ugly Martians battling against other alien threats to protect Earth, at the same time dealing with the alien hunter Muldoon, who even at one point gets saved by the Uglies and finally learns that they are the good guys, until that character development is shortly ruined after by them wiping his memory. Like, why even bother then? It would have been much more fascinating to see the Uglies and Muldoon work together to defend Earth. And spoiler alert for those who care, but this wouldn't happen again until the series finale when Muldoon teams up with the Butt-Ugly Martians to fight back against the alien invasion of Emperor Bog. Then we get left on a cliffhanger and the show ends. 26 episodes building up to their secret of their not wanting to invade and conquer Earth getting back to their Emperor, an anticlimactic battle followed by an open end for a season 2, which would have been fine if it felt more earned by the end of it, as well as if there actually were, you know, a season 2. And the most interesting fact about this show is that Rob Paulsen, Carl Weezer himself, voices one of the Butt-Uglies, Tutti Frutti. Each time I say it, the more I hate it. So that was a cool thing to hear. Other than that, the show is filled with forgettable moments, lackluster script writing, visuals that hurt to look at, and it didn't offer anything worth of value to the animation space that we hadn't seen before and done better. Oh, and I didn't even mention that there is this pseudo digi-evolution Transformers-esque power-up scene that happens almost every episode called BKM, where a generic speech about how they were sent to conquer Earth, but now they defend it, plays in the background. It doesn't look good, it's cheesy, and it happens every time they need a Deus Ex Machina like solution for their problems. It's copy and paste from shows that do it and do it better. Butt-Ugly Martians did premiere on Nickelodeon after syndication from ITV, a television channel group from the United Kingdom. So another case of, hey, I personally saw this on Nickelodeon, but now thanks to the internet I've learned that it was not a Nickelodeon product, which I feel the more that we do this series, the more we will find that this is the case with a lot of things. Oddly enough, the show was apparently originally planned to be 2D animated, which, no, it would still not save the show from its myriad of other problems, but the look of the show may have given it another chance to be more expressive and add substance to those moments that needed it. Whether or not those rumors of it being originally 2D or not are true, I would have probably preferred it that way. The show was critically panned across the board and outcasted as a show that cheaply and lazily wastes your time, even for younger audiences. Now, that's not to say that if you enjoy the show, that your opinion is wrong. Actually, that's fantastic, and I'm happy you can and have found enjoyment in it. I would never take that away from you, so please don't take my distaste for it personally, as I'm not trying to attack you because I'm not. But hey, a good theme song can go a long way in remembering something, so let's have a quick listen.
We are the Martians, the Butt-Ugly Martians.
Okay, so far, not the worst thing I've heard yet.
We don't wanna conquer Earth.
I just wanna fill my girth.
What? Okay, at least the audio's in Dolby surround sound, right? Anyway, yeah, that was Butt-Ugly Martians, a forgettable show that for some reason I didn't forget. But maybe I should have after revisiting it. Sometimes here on the Barely Remember series, we get lucky and find a true hidden gem forgotten by time. Or we find something like this that should probably be forgotten. Either way, if you remember this show at all or have thoughts on it, please leave them down below. I'm genuinely curious to see if anyone likes this show, and if you do, why? Let me know. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video and revisit a weird show with me. Hit the like button so these butt-uglies can't hurt anyone anymore. I'd truly appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this as we journey up to 60,000 subscribers, which the support has been unreal and I'm very thankful for it. I'll see you later this week with another video, but until then, later.